Welcome to Third Eye Champagne. I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive. In case you're new here, you can find me and more videos like this at thirdeyechampagne.com and at Kirsten Langston's Patreon. For only $11 a month, you will get access to over 600 videos, very exciting stuff, plus blog posts and all sorts of things, not to mention a wonderful community of like-minded people who want to chit-chat and be your friend. It's fabulous. Okay, so what are we doing? Well, it's Auntie's pajama party. This is my nightgown. This is my robe. Welcome to my home. I am not live today. I'm usually live every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube. But I am right now somewhere while you are watching this doing Portuguese charity things. And so I can't be live, but I want to do a video for you guys. This is going to be a Trump Epstein extravaganza. So obviously, everybody knows what's going on right now. Trump is trying to put a lid on it, but Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files. And it's very interesting stuff here. So Trump has mentioned the Epstein files, something that he was told in May by Pam Bondi. Your name is in the files, sir. He is now claiming he was never told this. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody ever told me anything. I'm not in the files. Nothing's happening. By the way, here's Barack Obama. Have you met him? I, They're talking about getting Ghislaine Maxwell to testify before Congress. Mike Johnson actually put Congress in recess so his, at this point, arch enemies, the Democrats or independents, aren't able to bring anything about this to the floor. I mean, this is conspiracy 101. It's insane. So, okay, I want to get the overall lay of the land here. Is Trump guilty? Well, yes. There it is at the root of the reading. There you have it. There's the guilty card. It's coming in with the world card, which is basically saying to me all the way around, like you name it, this guy's guilty when it with regards to Epstein. Does it all come out? Well, it mostly comes out. So I do think we have a lot of information. This is your information card. It's a flood of information here. He does feel like people have screwed him over. He always feels that way, though. He's got his little victimhood complex going on. But we also see in the home environment the card called Sneaky. So he's got the two guiltiest cards in the deck, Sneaky and Guilty. He's got them both. One at the root of the reading, one in the home environment. So did this guy do bad things with Epstein? Yes, that is here. That is here. And we do have the card. How do you put this in YouTube terms? The erectile card? Sure, why not? But we see that things are sexual in nature. Like we see that here. I don't think this scandal is going away as quickly as Trump would like, but I also don't think that it's going to ruin him long term. But let's take a peek at his cards because you never know. Auntie could be wrong. We'll take a peek and see what's coming down the pike for him. But basically, is there evidence of wrongdoing? I don't know. The cards say he's guilty, but it doesn't say that there's actual evidence. I think the fact that he's even in the Epstein files is not good. We also have now a bunch of pictures and videos coming out of these two men meeting each other, talking to each other. There's also a birthday card that Trump is claiming is a forgery, which it's not. Which it's not. So let's see. Did Trump do anything with Epstein and his victims that would put Trump in jail? Let's take a peek there. Sorry, I woke up with a little runny nose this morning. Well, he's stressed. He's stressed out. Um, It looks like there's at least one person here, so asking if he's, is there anything he could go to jail for? Looks like there's one woman here that could possibly put him away, or something that he did that was inappropriate that would cause him trouble. But I don't think that we're going to see any of that come out. Now, what's really interesting is Trump is stressed out. There's your stress card. Fighting. There's your fighting card. What's he fighting? To keep his secrets. There's your secrets card. Literally, I mean, these cards are extremely clear. I'm stressed out fighting to keep my secrets about this particular person. Epstein is here in his cards, crossing him in the Celtic. For those of you who read cards, I usually do a bastardized Celtic, and that's what we're doing. See, I'm froggy. I mean, I literally just woke up, rolled out of bed, threw on some jewelry, and said, "Let's do this." Um, I don't think anything's gonna happen to him. I'll look, but I don't think so. I just don't. I don't get the sense that there are big time consequences here. But let's take a peek and see if there are any consequences for him. If right now, for me, it feels mostly, I want to say political in a way, it's sort of damaged reputation, which he doesn't care. He doesn't care. None of his fans care. Fan is short for fanatic. I don't know if people realize that. And reputational, but I don't know that there are legal consequences. Show me are there legal consequences. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, this is it. He's going to get impeached." Don't count on it. What I'm very curious about is Ghislaine Maxwell. So there are big rumors going around that one of two things. She's negotiating to commute her sentence in exchange for testifying in front of Congress, which last time I read on her, I said something good was coming for her. And I've always said she wouldn't serve the full sentence. I've always said there was going to be something going on. So I'm curious to see if those cards hold. But the other rumor is that Trump is going to bribe her with a commuted sentence to go before Congress and lie and say he has nothing to do with it. So we're going to look at both. But it's scandalous. It's really, really scandalous. Okay, Epstein's right on top of him, and there's that girl again. This guy's worried about it. So I don't know if they're showing me consequences just yet. I'm going to ask again. These cards seem to be giving me a little bit of a different answer to my question. I don't think they're actually answering my question at all. So I shuffled really well. Epstein's right on top of him, and there's this woman again. Same woman. So obviously there's someone that may or may not be able to speak up. And then we see at the root of the reading again, super stressed out. Then what do we have over here? I'm fighting to keep my secret about women. So very, very clear, this man, there's information here this man doesn't want out. Likely he did something illegal with an underage person, likely. But the rest of these cards are like somebody hands him a softball. Somebody hands him something. Somebody says, "Oh, no, here you go. Here, sir. It's something that you want, and it's going to make everything better, and it's going to make it all go away." I'm going to look and see if they release the files. See if there's anything else we can get on Trump here. And I'm going to look at Epstein. I may try to get Epstein. I'm going to say this too. This is not going away. This is not, Trump can't get this one to go away. It's too scandalous. It's too salacious. Everybody wants to know about it. Everybody wants to know about it. Even his hardcore cult people, I think, are interested in this particular situation, not even to castigate him, but just to be like, well, yeah, let's go. What's going on? Is there really a cover up? Blah 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 blah. It doesn't seem like anybody's buying this bait and switch he's trying with Barack Obama. And, oh, Joe Biden and everybody did the thing, and like it doesn't seem like anybody's buying it this time. But it also feels like even his fans are going, well, we'd love to know what else is going on. Like, everybody's kind of watching this drama. Everybody's watching this soap opera and they're into it. And this is not going to just fade away. Um, I do want to look and see if he's going to like try to start a war or something to alleviate his news cycle problem. There she is again. Look at that. I mean, these cards are banging right on top of him. If this woman comes forward, I'm gonna look and see. I don't think she will, but it could ruin him. It could ruin him. See, the cards are showing me it puts him in a bad position. That is here and here. He's got the two fives, never stable. We don't like the fives in the tarot. They're incredibly unstable. Also, the death card is here at the root of the reading. I don't necessarily think it means loss of presidency, but we'll see. Something, though, something rescues this guy. It might be temporary. But again, we see somebody or something comes in and hands him the cup and says, oh, no, here you go. You're safe. You're safe. Here you go. All right. So I don't see consequences right now. I don't see impeachment. I'm going to ask outright, but I don't see it. I do not see it. I don't know if you can hear that. King is not happy with the decisions I've made this morning. He's like, look, you got up too early, you went straight to work. I don't like any of this. Kingy. The problem here, though, also, more fuss is being made over the Epstein stuff than this god-awful bill or any fascist authoritarian stuff he's doing, any torture that's happening with people of color, him utilizing the federal troops against regular citizens. More fuss is being made about this than any of that stuff. And it's disturbing to me. It's disturbing to me. Um, I get it. I get it. It's salacious and people want to see this guy get taken down and all of that. But it's the media is no, this guy's gonna get handed something. Congress says, nope, nope, we got you back, sir. You're not gonna have any problems. No. This guy's fine. Trump is fine. I hate to tell you this, he's fine. So Congress shows up right here in his cards. There's Congress, and they've got the wand in this hand and the cup in this hand, which these cards, these two aces, they symbolize new beginning. So it's they're going to shift the narrative, they're going to change the narrative, they're going to have his back. They will participate in whatever sort of cover up that needs to be participated in. That's here. They will move away from any scandalous lady things. Again, we see him being handed the cup. However, we also see that people are still watching and looking at this for quite some time. This is delayed happiness. So Trump has to sit through this news cycle and through all of this scandalous stuff before things go his way again. But they will. How long does he sit? Honestly, it's quite a while. I feel like it's quite a while. This is the guides are saying this isn't going to go away, and it never completely goes away. Even when people are no longer really excited and talking about it, it's like you bring this guy up and it's going to be linked forever. It's going to go forever. See if there's anything else we need to know before I move on. I want to see if Pam Bondi's going to release anything, which I kind of don't think she is. Anything else we need to know about Trump and Epstein and the Epstein files? Also, my understanding is there is no client list. There's no big secret special list that's, Donald Trump had sex with 12 underage women on April the 13th. You know what I mean? I don't think you're going to see that. I don't think we have that. My understanding is there are photos, Epstein kept photos and some videos. But I don't think we're ever going to see that. I really don't. I don't think we're ever going to see that. And also it feels to me like Trump is not only covering his own ass, but covering the ass of certain people that he knows as well. It's not just him. I don't think there's videos of Trump though. I don't. I just don't think so. This doesn't feel like that's there for me. No, he moves away from this, but it takes a good hot minute. It takes a good hot minute. And he's working, I mean, the cards are saying this man is working really hard to again fighting. He's working and fighting to get us to move on from this, move away from this, and not talk about this stuff anymore. He does have the 10 swords in his back on this, but I don't get the, and we did get the death card before, so I'm not going to discount that this somehow obliterates him as president. But I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I think the cards are basically saying, yeah, it screws him over, but not enough to kick him out of the big chair. So, okay. All right. Well, let's see if Bondi, who is here in the cards, she is being obviously held back. This is a card called Bound. So she's not, going to release these things. I don't think she is at all, but we'll take a peek and see. And then I want to do a few more cards. I want to look at Ghislaine. I want to look at Epstein, and then I want to go off cards and see just what comes through. So let's take a peek at Pam Bondi here. I mean, she's going to toe the line. This is I mean, if you're looking for like a rogue person who's like, I hate Trump, let me release all the things, we're not going to get it. We're just not. It's real unfortunate. I wonder if somebody after her releases everything though. Like I do wonder, I feel like when we get these files, because I think we're gonna get a lot of stuff out of them, if not all of it, when we get them, it's of no consequence. It's one of those like we sealed them for 60 years and by the time they're released, everybody who ever gave a shit was dead. It doesn't feel to me like it's all right, fine, here you can have them next week. It's not coming through like that. It is not coming through like that. So is Bondi, oh my God, this woman again. This is really interesting. Again, there seems to be some woman that can incriminate Trump or is connected to Trump who is, likely underage, was underage at the time. But that is here. And she came, and Bondi is like protecting this particular situation. No, Pam Bondi's not going to do anything. The death card is here. She's not going to do anything. We get no files. We get no files. Trump's in her cards. She's got the Seven of Cups as her last card, which says it's going to be sleight of hand. Even if she releases something, it's not going to be something that means anything to us or that helps us out at all. Anything else we need to know? Ooh, jumper. Okay. We do have the tower card, jumper card. Tower came right out of the deck, jumped right out. Um, so this could go very sideways for people. It could go very, very sideways for people. Right now, I don't see it, but it does feel like it's a very volatile situation. And you know what? Mercury retrogrades have never been kind to Trump. He's a Gemini, Mercury's his ruler, but they've never really been kind. Usually, if you go back historically and you look at some stuff that comes out that is not favorable to him usually was, way, way back in, 2016 and the first disastrous term. It would usually come out on or right around a Mercury retrograde. They've never been kind for him. And I mean, I remember several readings in his first term where I would say, pay attention to this Mercury retrograde because we're going to get information coming out about Trump. Like there's going to be, some stuff, Michael Cohen stuff might have come out during a retrograde. I don't know. I can't remember, but anything else we need to know? Still so shows Trump trying to keep secrets. Here's your second card of secrets. There's Trump. He's like, I will keep my secrets, everyone. Yeah, I mean, it's a fight. It's a fight. People definitely, again, they're clamoring for this. They want more of it. They want more, even if it is his own fan base. It feels like people just want more information, but I don't really see too much going anywhere. Let's look at Ghislaine Maxwell, Miss Queen of Pentacles. Take a peek at her and see if she's going to get out early for going before Congress, or if Trump makes a deal to get her out early so she can't, you know, she can't say anything if she's brought before Congress, get her out, send her to Paris. She never comes back. I have a subpoena before Congress. Oh, well, could go either way. Show me Jelaine. My understanding is she is a quote unquote model prisoner. She's got cushy prison job, and I think she's kind of in a special wing because she's famous, basically. Even though she's giving these harrowing accounts of being in prison, I've heard other reports, credible reports, that it's not, she's got it better than most. There's also secret money. I don't know if they took this woman's assets. I don't know if that was a part of the deal, but there's money. She's got, like, this woman gets out and there's money. And then I know she was kind of with this guy that was super shady. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, she's trying to spin this to her advantage big time. Oopsie. Hello. Hello. Just shake cameras. That happens when you're half awake. Something's coming. Something's coming for this woman. Something really good is coming for her. Look at this. Her end cards, celebration and the star. Something really good is coming for her. She would not, whatever she told, it would not be the truth, or it would not be the complete truth. So if she was asked to speak before Congress or anyone else, there are there are things that would be guarded. There are things that she would not overtly say. And we see that, I'll show you. We see that here with the devil. So whatever she would testify, there's her testifying. It would be the devil. It would be an illusion. And then we also see that here. We've got the Seven of Cups, and then the Two Cups on either side, the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups. Both of these things say, whatever I hand you, whatever's in my cup, it's illusory, it's an illusion, it's not real. So even if she did say something, even no matter what she said, it would either be not the truth or not the complete truth. I lean towards not the complete truth because I honestly, this woman doesn't want to get caught in an outright lie, and okay, now you've perjured yourself. She just doesn't want to do it. This is more of it would be lies of omission than it would be anything else. It wouldn't be an outright, Donald Trump, never heard of him. It wouldn't be that. So let's see if she gets a deal. See if she gets a deal. And like I said, if she does testify, which I could go either way. I'm not sure that she will. It seems like nobody really wants to let her off the hook just to get a testimony out of her. And I'm pretty sure that's the deal that she's pushing for here. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Team Trump. It's not going to be somebody else. It's not going to be, I don't know, Jamie Raskin or Adam Schiff or somebody that's like, all right, you testify before the Senate subcommittee, and then you can go away. You can go be free. I don't think they would do it. It's a kind of political suicide. Trump would do it because he doesn't give a shit. Right now, I think there is a possible deal on the table, but this is not a complete deal. It has to do with Trump, so either Trump's offering it, or again, somebody wants her to testify with regards to Trump, but Trump is here in the cards. We see the deal here. So we see somebody's dangling something in front of her. I don't know that it's completely legit. I'm going to look. I'm going to look off cards, but somebody's dangling a deal. And then we see her cautiously optimistic about going in a new direction. So here's your new direction, but here's cautiously optimistic. So let me look at her. I'm telling you right now, this woman doesn't serve the full sentence. That I see clear as a bell. But the energy around whether or not she actually testifies in exchange for a commuted sentence or some other perk is really, it's up in the air. It's bizarre. Let's see what the guides have for us. Okay, guides are telling me a couple of things. First thing they're telling me is that, ooh, ooh. The first thing they're saying to me is that, quote, Jeffrey Epstein is not available to you. They're saying the entity known as Jeffrey Epstein is not available to you. You would not speak with him even if it were. This is where they're alternating between him being a him and an it, which is creepy. Oh. Okay, so they're telling me this guy. First of all, obviously we know he didn't die a natural death. They're telling me that very clearly. Obviously, this man did not die a natural death. Um, they're telling me the nature of his death was extremely traumatic. And so that's one reason he's unavailable. But the other reason he's unavailable is they're telling me that he, ooh, this is weird. I've never seen this before, that he has a number of entities, quote unquote, within and without. He's been carrying subpar energies for far too long. And these are not energies we would have you interact with or entertain. We would refer to this man as an entity, yes, although there is a spark of humanity there, he does not hold it. He does not hold it. Conversation with this entity we would term demonic is not recommended. Though we do not prefer the term demonic, is an easier term to use, for that term conveys all you would understand you need to know with regards to this particular entity. The darkness level is supreme. We would, again, we would not recommend it. This entity is not available to you. Please move on. Okay. What else do you have for me? What can you tell me here? Many, many high level businessmen, celebrities, and politicians were involved with Jeffrey Epstein in many different capacities. And these files the FBI are holding seem to be jumbled in this. The files contain multitudes with regards to wrongdoing. They're also telling me that Epstein was a Mossad agent. He was basically a double agent. And that's another reason there's a whole separate, no, they're telling me there's a whole separate, either a whole separate file or a whole separate section of these files that has to do with that. They're telling me he was involved with many foreign entities, literally, I mean countries, right? Not demonic shit. That he was reporting to several different agencies, that the FBI and other agencies in other countries were aware of his nefarious activities and continued to let him operate. Others are implicated with regards to this, and therefore you shall never see the complete files or have the complete information, for it would incriminate far too many people. It was understood what he did. It was well known what he did. Various government agencies in various different governments and countries were aware of this man's activities and continued to let him pursue them because he was giving information to them. I'm getting like J. Edgar Hoover vibes. Like I'm getting kind of, they were spying on Epstein, they have files on Epstein, they've already had files on Epstein. They never went too deep into what he did, but they knew what he did. They knew what he was doing. They knew that there were victims, that there was trafficking. They knew all of this. They're telling me that he was murdered by government agents, and Donald Trump had nothing to do with it. This was, and honestly, I don't know if it's the United States or a different country that was able to order this or pull this off, but they're telling me it was a government agency. It was somebody that said, no, 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 we can't have this guy talking. No, no, and handled it. They're telling me, I wonder if they did an autopsy and if we got a legitimate autopsy out of this, because they're telling me that he was like drugged, that he wasn't fully cognizant when he was murdered. He was out of it. And he knew it was coming. No, they're telling me, and I think I've seen this before, two men entered the cell. Two men entered there. Two men entered there, and but it's like he wasn't all the way awake or something. Or maybe they pulled him out of bed real quick. I don't know, but it's like he wasn't all the way awake or something. Okay, so they're telling me the only version of these files that it's going to be released is going to be a redacted version, and they don't think that it's going to be released anytime soon. They're also telling me that gets it. So the Ghislaine testifying thing, they're saying that's basically it's up in the air. It hasn't been decided yet. There's no decision on that yet. But it's entirely possible. It's entirely probable that something like that may happen. I just got to flash the Menendez brothers are going to be released too. Early release on them. They're telling me that Trump was much closer with Epstein than he let on, but also that a lot of this guy had a lot of hands in a lot of pockets, and again, not all of it was just salacious, gross, illegal underage trafficking type stuff. This guy somehow Epstein just was able to hang out with a lot of people on a lot of different levels. He wormed his way up and wormed his way in and made himself invaluable in different ways. He made himself the guy to know. And the guides are also telling me there's some people that really honestly didn't like knew that he had a bunch of young pretty girls around, but honestly a lot of people thought it was just for clout, like some old guy, like, oh look, I can hang out with pretty girls, that it wasn't this really deep, disgusting stuff that it is. A lot of other people knew exactly what it was. A lot of people, but socially speaking, there were people that didn't pay much attention that were like, hey, he hangs out with pretty young girls. Like it's weird, but nobody thought, oh, he's doing all this screwed up stuff. There are other people that knew exactly what was going on and just turned a blind eye. Also, there was something almost acceptable about it back in the day, like almost acceptable, almost where it's like, oh yeah, whatever, he hangs out with young girls, who cares? People weren't looking at this and going, this guy's hanging out, he's 50 years old, he's hanging out with teenagers. Like, what's going on? They were like, yeah, it's weird, but it's not he's not hurting anybody. Well, obviously he was, but But there's something also where people were kind of like, yeah, whatever, creepy. Like it makes him look like a creep, but oh well, nobody really was thinking, OMG, this is so socially unacceptable. Guides are telling me it's a very tangled web. It's a very, very tangled web. I mean, it's like it's international affairs, it's all sorts of stuff. It's a very tangled web with regards to Epstein. Again, he had a lot of hands and a lot of pockets. He made himself the guy to know. He was giving up information to different heads of governments, different governments. This guy was like, like Rosenberg type shit. Like he's given out a lot of information. He was considered himself like an international man of mystery. Like, you know what I mean? Like he this is not a person that lived in any real reality. I mean, he thought he was invincible too. That's the other thing. There's something about the ego that's just like, man, I can never get hurt. I can never die. Nothing bad can ever happen to me. He felt like he had all these insurance policies, not just with regards to evidence of his Johns basically, but also governments were like, oh, he's too valuable. Like we're going to protect him. We're going to take care of him. He knew he was playing a dangerous game, but he really thought he was invincible. The guides are also telling me with regards to Trump, it's not like Trump was hanging out with this guy consistently, but he guides are going guilty, Trump guilty, 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 guilty. Definitely, definitely had relations with underage girls. Definitely. Guides are very clear on that. But here's what's interesting. The guides are saying it did not seem illegal to Trump at that time. It was like, this is what we do. Weird. But it wasn't like, oh, look at me, I could get caught doing this. It was just like, oh yeah, she's 16, who gives a shit? He also, guides are telling me he also sort of told himself, this man's very good at lying to himself. So he also told himself, if it was a particularly young looking person, oh, she just looks young. But Jeff told me she was 17 or 18. Jeff told me, meanwhile she's, 14. There's that. He was very, if somebody told this man, here's a 13-year-old, do what you will, it it wouldn't really sit well with him. He needs the lie. He needs the lie. And not only just because he needs to convince himself he's a good man, which he does try to convince himself daily, but also I think there's a degree of plausible deniability here. Well, he told me she was 16. He told me she was 18. So there's also that level of protection and deceit there. But also, I mean, I don't think it happened a lot, a lot, a lot. I think it happened a few times. I think he was involved with some of these poor girls, but I don't think it was frequent or consistent. Anything else? Yeah, guides are saying it really it has the capacity to expand and become a very large problem for Trump. Right now, it's not going in that direction. But the capacity is here. And the guides are also telling me that after this Mercury retrograde, we get more information. There's more information that comes out. There's information that comes out during the retrograde, and then right after it's over with, there's actually another uh, dump. There's another dump of information coming. But they're telling me right now it's all potentials. It has the capacity to ruin him. It has the capacity to become a huge disaster. It has the capacity to be, front page news for months and months and months at a time. But right now, what they see is it basically goes through August and then it's kind of over with. What they're also telling me is right now Trump doesn't feel the need to do anything super outrageous to change the news cycle. As in, I'm just going to declare war on someone, blah, blah, blah. But the guides are saying the desperation is there. But they are telling me a lot of this, where it goes next is really a lot of it's in flux. So you could get a Maxwell testimony. You could get this blowing up. Right now, again, they say it goes through August and then it's kind of over with. Nobody talks about it anymore. Or it could go exactly the opposite direction and somebody gets a hold of these files, somebody releases things and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Right now, we're teetering between two realities on this. It's not set in stone. It really could go either way. A lot of volatile stuff. Also, remember, Uranus just moved into Gemini. And Uranus is the it's the planet of the unexpected. It can bring quote unquote disaster. It certainly does bring change, but I do think that it's very telling. And again, I'm not an astrologer. I'm only a hobbyist. And there are other people that do this way, way, way better than I do, and that are professionals at it. But just as a hobbyist, I find it interesting that just a couple of weeks after Uranus moves into Gemini, which is Trump's sun sign, all of a sudden you get this, oh, by the way, Trump's in the Epstein files. Was it an intentional cover-up? Yes. Trump never thought this was going to come out either. He never thought this was going to be a thing. He never thought it was going to come out. He never thought that it was at all going to hinder him or bother him. He's miffed, to put it mildly. He's really annoyed. But he's also feeling invincible. It's also there's this like, and whatever. Like, I don't like it. It makes me look like a bad guy. Kill it. He's telling people to kill it. He's telling people to get rid of it. He's pissed at Pam Bondi. He's like, how did this ever get out? He's pissed at people. How did this ever happen? How did this ever get out? What's going on here? Who's leaking stuff to the Wall Street Journal? How did this all go down? He's pissed. He's really pissed. But at the same time, he's also like invincible. He doesn't like that it makes him look like a bad guy. He doesn't like that his name is connected with Epstein and now will forever be connected with Epstein. He doesn't like any of that. He doesn't like his name associated with a known pedo. He doesn't like that. But at the same time, he's also like, nothing's gonna knock me off my perch though. Like nothing, it's not gonna take me down. There's if there's evidence of him doing anything illegal, which I kind of don't think there is. I don't get the sense that there is. He would just have it destroyed or buried, probably destroyed, let's be fair. He's pissed that his name got in the file. It's all very persecution. It's all very like, they came after me, they came for me, this was on purpose, blah, blah, blah. But I do get the sense also that, again, these files, they're also not being released for like CIA type reasons. There's stuff here that they also don't want people to know. Anything else on that? Guides are like, no, move on. Okay. Do you have any messages? Yeah, so last thing here, guides are telling me that this Mercury retrograde, which goes until I believe August 11th, is time to really time to slow down, to pay attention, and that you're going to see quite a few scrambles in geopolitically and in your own personal life. It's like there's reversals. You're going to see a lot of, oh, well, I thought this was a thing, but now it's this. Oh, I thought we were done with that, but now it's back. Oh, I thought we were going in this direction, but now it's this direction. There's going to be a lot of changes in direction coming after this Mercury retrograde. It's particularly bizarre Mercury retrograde. The guides are showing me it's a lot of static. There's a lot of like weird stuff. Same thing with this Epstein stuff. It's like I kind of don't know where it's going to go. That's kind of the nature of this retrograde, is we don't really know where things are going to go. There's a lot of possibilities hanging in the air. There's a lot of opportunities hanging around that can be taken advantage of. Guides are saying to be very, very careful how you go forward, because whatever you're going to do, it will shift, it will change, it will not be the same as when this retrograde started. So just bear that in mind. They're showing me there's a lot of changes coming in with regards, just this for whatever reason, this retrograde is bringing in a lot of changes and a lot of shifts. They're also telling me that it is connected to the eclipses happening in September. So you may see things that are starting now, or you're getting glimpses of things now that really come to fruition in September, or become more concrete in September. Guides are also telling me tread lightly. They're saying everybody just tread lightly. Basically, they're saying like don't make power moves. Also, not a great time to be aggressive. It's just not in your personal life. It's just not a great time to be the aggressor. If somebody comes at you, defend yourself. But if you're the one that's like, I'm gonna go do XYZ, and it's not a good idea right now. If you can wait, wait. They're saying that at this point, proper planning will win over any other type of execution. So bear that in mind. Anything else? No, I think that's it. I think that's it. Honestly, as I wrap this up, I feel like it sort of amounts to nothing with regards to consequences or big things coming out of it. Um, it's interesting for all of us, and I think it's good because it's damaging Trump. But as far as is this the thing that takes him down? It's not. It's not. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's just this guy is unshakable right now. And I mean, Johnson holds the House, the Republicans hold the House. They're not going to move for impeachment. You're going to have to wait till 2026. You're going to get impeachment anyway in 2026. It may or may not be related to Epstein, but I don't believe the impeachment actually gets Trump booted out of office. Let's see if there's anything else. I think that's kind of it. It's a lot. I think it's a lot of sound and fury signifying nothing is what's going on here. I can go Shakespearean on you. I think that's what it is. It's full of sound and fury, but signifies nothing. I do think we're going to get more information and more maybe about other people as well, and more damaging information with regards to Trump, but I still don't see it knocking him out of the throne. I don't see it yet. But again, right now things are really volatile. Everything's up in the air, so who knows? It could go that direction. All right, my friends, I love you. I adore you. As always, I'm your biggest cheerleader. I will see you next Thursday live, 4 p.m. PDT on the YouTubes. Please, if you're not following me on other social media, please do so. It helps me, and I love it. I'm grateful for your help. But it also, if something happens to me, if the YouTube goes dark or something else, you have other ways to find me and follow me. All right, friends, have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next week.